Okay, hi everyone, Daryl here. Okay, today I'm just going to do this short presentation on Enterprise Development Grant, or what we commonly know as EDG. Okay, so who can apply for Enterprise Development Grant? You need to be a business entity registered and operating in Singapore. This Singapore entity, this company must have a minimum of 30% local shareholding. You have to be in a financially viable position to start and complete the project. So what does this mean, right, is that if your company is a brand new startup and then after that you say you want to undertake a EDG project that costs like $20,000, that may not be possible because firstly you don't have revenue coming in. So how is it that you are able to support this project without any money? So this financially viable position, right? What we need is actually the past few years financial statements, preferably the last 3 years, and you should have decent revenue and profits to qualify for EDG. Okay, so EDG only supports projects that are new and have not commenced and not generating any revenue at the point of grant application. If, let's say, for example, you have already asked a tech firm to build your website and build your e-commerce platform and everything, then you are in the midst of it, then suddenly you say, I want to apply for EDG, this will not qualify. Okay, and if let's say you already made payment to this tech firm, then obviously you also don't qualify. Okay, and then so if you must make sure, right, that you have not started anything at all. Okay, these additional subsidies, this Skills Future Enterprise Credit Scheme, right, is already over. The qualifying period, I think, ended last year. But if you are eligible for this Skills Future Enterprise Credit, apparently you will have received a letter stating that you have $10,000 credit, and you can use this $10,000 credit to offset the qualifying cost of the EDG as well. Okay, so what does EDG support? The grant actually funds qualifying projects, project costs, namely the third-party consultancy fees, software and equipment, and internal manpower costs. So as announced at the Supplementary Budget 2021, the maximum support level of 80% would be extended to 31st March 2022. So we still have 1 more year of 80% subsidy for enterprise development grants. Okay, so the grants, right, Enterprise Singapore actually breaks it down into 3 pillars. Okay, so the first pillar is core capabilities, and then these projects, right, help businesses prepare for growth and transformation by strengthening their business foundation. So later I'll touch on what are all these. Then innovation and productivity, so projects that support companies that explore new areas of growth or look for ways to enhance efficiency. Then this market access, right, apparently is being taken over by this market readiness grant, or I think it's called MRA, Market Readiness Awareness Grant. So this market access portion, right, is for Singapore companies that are willing to venture overseas. Okay, so let's touch on core capabilities. There are 5 pillars of core capabilities. So there's business strategy development, financial management, human capital development, service excellence, and strategic brand and marketing development. Like business strategy, right? So essentially, you sit down with a qualified advisor. So actually, you have to get a PMC certified advisor under the Enterprise Singapore guidelines. So you can go to Enterprise Singapore, they will actually show you that they recognize certain qualifications that are out there, and if let's say you can engage one of these individuals, right, they can actually advise you on how to better plan your business strategy. Then they can also plan your financial management. They can help you with your HR capabilities, service excellence, so how to understand your customers' needs better, make decisions that will help you retain your customers. Then there's this strategic brand and marketing development. I think the more common one, right, would be this brand and marketing development and business strategy development. Okay, so this one is the planning portion, so some of it overlaps as well. So we'll touch on this innovation and productivity, right? Automation, so how you can automate certain processes. In the past, maybe you will need human labor to go and do that work. but now maybe you can put in some machines to help automate the process. So maybe if you're making, I don't know, noodles by hand, then if you set up automation system, you can automate certain processes of making that noodles. And then process redesign, so you can actually redo like how you can make things a little bit more efficient. Then you can do like product development, so you can help your company develop innovative technology and products. With the end goal, of course, to sell your goods and products and services. So if you're looking for like tech development, building e-commerce website, and then integrating together with your point of sale, your inventory management, all these, right, will come under innovation and productivity. Of course, there's the core capability portion, right, is the advisory portion. Then the innovation and productivity is where you put all the automation, the tech, the hardware and the software all together. Okay, so like I mentioned, right, this market access, we'll touch about it later. But if let's say any of you guys are interested to expand overseas, you can just contact us. You can just inform us like where you want to go, what you want to do, and then we'll get back to you about that. Okay, so the pre-application preparation, right, you have to identify the key project category you wish to apply for. There are some proposal templates, but like I mentioned, right, even though companies can apply on their own, what they do is that they usually typically get a grant consultant or even a corporate secretarial firm like ourselves to help you with the grant application. So if you need assistance with your grant application, you can just come to us. We have people to help you out with that as well. Okay, so what do you need? Okay, so you need to identify suitable providers to support your projects. Okay, so if you need somebody to build your e-commerce site, you need somebody to do up your hardware deployment. All these people, right, you need to identify who are these people. Okay, and then for certain things, right, like consultancy related costs, right, you need to engage management consultants with Enterprise Singapore recognized certification. This is the one that I mentioned before. Okay, so Enterprise Singapore website, there's a list of qualifications which they recognize. So if you want to claim EDG for this consultancy related course, right, you need to reach out to this Enterprise Singapore recognized consultants with Enterprise Singapore recognized certification. Okay, so if you need assistance with this, right, you can contact us as well. We have people who are these consultants with this relevant certification. Okay, so what do you need to do? You need to prepare the project proposal. You actually need your latest BIS file. You need your audited financial statements or certified management accounts. So like for a lot of you guys, right, out there wanting to apply the grants, okay, some people, they'll say, oh, yeah, I need to do my financial statements because I've never done them properly before, then now I need to apply a grant. So this is the reason why you need to always keep proper financial statements. Then you need relevant proof of quotation for your cost of your project item. So if you're developing an e-commerce site, your tech vendor, right, will come out with the quotation. Then you need to have that at hand as well. So where projects where management consultants are engaged, right, you got to include the consultant's proposal detailing the scope of work, the man-day rate breakdown of service, as well as the CVs and scanned copies of the Enterprise Singapore recognized certification of each individual consultant. So you can't just say that my friend is very good at doing business, so he will come and consult me. That's not what Enterprise Singapore wants. Okay, they want qualified people to consult companies. So applicants will have to provide projected figures in the following areas when you implement the project. So let's say you're going to take from the government like 30,000 or 50,000 to go and do a e-commerce platform that integrates with all your inventory and POS system. Then what you need to do, right, is you need to project and you need to show the government that after you implement this solution, right, the company revenue is expected to go up, the staff remuneration expected to go up, things like this. So impact on workers, like how many workers will benefit, because maybe you can increase headcount, you can do training for your workers, all these things you have to show and project for Enterprise Singapore to assess your application. Okay, so what we do is that we also assist clients in their grant application, and then if you have your own vendors, of course you can use. We will assist you with the grant application, but if you don't, right, then you can always come to us. We can do the grant application for you, as well as point you in the right direction for all these rated vendors. Like I mentioned, right, this is a 80% funding. So if your project is like maybe like $30,000, right, then 80% funding would mean that the government will support like 24,000. But of course, they must assess. So it has to be part of these three core pillars. Okay, so this core capability, innovation, and productivity, and market access. So if let's say your project is 50,000, but only the qualifying cost is 40,000, that means under these three categories, right, the qualifying cost is 40,000. The other 10,000 cost doesn't fall under these three categories. Then the government will sponsor you or subsidize you 80% of that, or 80% of that 40,000. Okay, so that's all. I'll leave my contact details in the description below, and if you have anything, right, just drop me a call or drop me an email with regards to enterprise development grants. I'll be touching on other grants in future videos, and see you at the next video.